Clint wants to know, Steve spoke about looking versus seeing and mentioned his fellow agents were always seeing. Can you briefly describe how to see a crowded room?
Sure. So, you are looking for let me back up. So you are either in a low threat environment or a high threat environment or somewhere in between, lower threat or higher threat environment. So based on the condition of your environment will make a determination on how and what you're looking for. But let's take a low threat environment. You're going to a restaurant, in a nice neighborhood, low threat environment with your family. You walk in, you scan for any what I would consider, indicators that may mean a potential threat. You're looking for anomalies. You're looking for things that should be there that aren't there, or that are there that shouldn't be there. Unusual behaviors, all these things, these potential threat indicators. Should you observe one? Now, let me go back to the point that was made, and that is not just throwing your eyeballs on it. You have to be mentally engaged with it, because for you to absorb that relevant information, it has to be input so that you can make the decision based on good information. If you're just passing your eyeballs across it, i.e. looking at your watch and having to look at it again, you never got the information in the first place. So being mentally engaged with the process of observing potential threat indicators is how you reduce that time from A to B when you're making your decision.
Yeah, and we're not talking about, are we, Steve? We're not talking about your head on swivel constantly,
No, no, you
being
can't do
paranoid or anything like that.
that.
Just being
Absolutely.
aware.
Just your awareness.
Mhm.
Okay, so I always get the same question. Paranoia is, it's a mental delusion thing, and that is a complete. You're looking under desks and behind every shadow. That's not what this is. That's not what this is. Your job. Remember, you got to establish what is my responsibility. If I'm going over to my relative's house for a pool party, I'm not going to be in that mode, because my responsibility is to have fun, talk to people, have a hamburger, that's my responsibilities. But when I'm out and I'm on a job, or I'm with someone, or I'm with a family member, and I'm in public, no matter where you go today, it represents a potential threat. So based on the environment, you're going to raise or lower your expectation for that potentiality, and then to have the ability to engage your mind in the process of being observant. It's not hypervigilance. It's relaxed observance. That's all that is.
I've heard somebody talk about it being curiosity almost. Does that make sense?
Say that one more time.
Being curious, just being curious about your environment, just wondering what's going on and paying attention to it in a curious way.
Right. I mean, here's the opposite. Sometimes it's better to have contrast. So imagine the person who walks into, again, a supermarket, let's say, and they walk in the door, they have their cart, they look from left to right, and, oh, that's right, I'm going to get some apples, and they'll go towards the apple department. Versus the person who walks in, doesn't look, they're looking at their hair. I'll do the classic pose here.
Yeah, it's sad, but true. Yeah.
So that's the contrast. Person A versus person B. Who do you think is the softer target?
Right. Yeah. No brainer. No brainer.